Have you ever created a slide full of important information only to realize your audience can't actually read it? Or more that they don't want to because of how much information is packed into a single slide? Something like this. Today, I'm going to walk you through the steps to transform this wall of text into a clean, scannable slide. I'll do it all without changing the important context, only reorganizing and aligning the information. This slide feels overwhelming because there is no breathing room. To make some more space, I could, of course, adjust the font size smaller, but it runs the risk of becoming hard to read because the font is so small. Instead, I'll think about breaking up this content into two columns, which actually gives me room to increase the font size. So to do this, I'll move half of the bullets into a new text box and arrange them side by side in the panel layout, then slightly bump up the font. See how much easier that is to scan with the added white space in the margins and between the text? Our eyes now have room to move and the information doesn't feel so cramped. Still a lot of text though. So let's go further and incorporate some white space in between the bullets themselves. To do this, I'll adjust the line spacing within the Format Paragraph menu. This is getting better, but let's now consider how we're organizing this information. Because it turns out that our brains process smaller chunks of information much easier than a big, giant list. So instead of these 11 scattered bullets, let's explore how we might group them into fewer distinct themes. Coming back to this list, I think each one of these can fall into roughly one of three categories. These elements here are really things that make it hard to get started with financial literacy. These other bullets really are speaking to the lack of options that folks have in specific situations. Then these final bullets are barriers that affect underserved communities. Now we can take these three distinct groups and start thinking about how we align the bullets under these section headers, arranging the information so it's more effective on the slide. Here I'm going to opt for a 3-column layout with short or numerated headings at the top. Then I'll add the supporting detail below. As I do this, I'm going to make it more scannable by emphasizing keywords with sparing color and bold text. This makes digesting the content even faster. Someone could just read the headings and still understand the main points. Now that we've designed your slide for easier reading, you could imagine that you'd want to do something slightly different in a live setting. Because in a live setting, when you're there to speak to the information, you don't really want so much text on the screen at once because your audience will feel compelled to read it and give up listening to you. So instead, you want to think about how to chunk the information even further, perhaps using animation to reveal the content gradually when you're presenting. For example, we could set up animation to reveal each panel one by one. This paces the information while keeping your audience's attention focused. Could also think about reducing the amount of text. So you can elaborate on that when you're speaking, but it's not so much text for your audience to read when it's live. Having pithier bullet points makes it much easier for your audience to consume. And there you have it. We've taken the same content in the busy bulleted slide and transformed it just by adding some white space, thinking about how we group the information and arrange it, and then using animation in a live setting to reveal it gradually so that our audience can follow along. We didn't change the bullets, but we gave some thought to how we organize it, and it made all the difference. You can apply these same techniques to emails, reports, and really any text-heavy communication. Check out this video for another example of a makeover.